Hey you guys, it's Topic Bricks here and welcome to another video. So this video is going to be a part 2 on my LEGO Harry Potter set tier list. So in the last video we did the tier list for sets from 2018 all the way to 2022 of what have come out so far. And now we're going to extend this from 2018 all the way back to 2001. So it's basically going to be a combined tier list of all the LEGO Harry Potter sets of all time. So I've removed the modern ones from this tier list, and I've got a fresh one here with some of the older sets. We've got some of the new ones here at the end, but we're not going to actually place these. So let's start off. I've tried to organise it in roughly year earliest to latest. So we'll start off with some of the 2001 sets, and we have the first LEGO Harry Potter set ever made, which is the actual sorting hat scene, sort of. God, these sets really do look out of date, don't they? I mean, this has to go at the bottom, right? Because, just to make it clear, I know it says hate here, but I don't hate any of these sets. It's just that if we're going to do a fair tier list based on how good these sets are, this can't be high. This has got to be at the bottom because it's just clearly the worst set ever. No, it's not too bad. You get a little disc with the 4 houses on it, and essentially the whole principle is you put Harry on with the sorting hat on the stool, and you spin this disc and it lands on a certain house, and voila, that's what house you're placed into. It's a really cool idea, but compared to a lot of the other sets on this list, it's definitely down at the bottom. So we'll do the first Hogwarts Express next, and this is definitely the worst Hogwarts Express version, but it's definitely not a bad set. I'm going to put this in indifferent. I think the King's Cross Station is a really nice addition, and it's much better than the next version of the Hogwarts Express in 2004, because that was just a very simple platform of Hogsmeade Station. This station is a lot more detailed. So yeah, I'm going to put this in indifferent. The first edition of the Hogwarts Castle, it's definitely a set I like. I think this is definitely the worst edition of the Hogwarts Castle, but I quite like it. It's very similar to how the 2021 Chamber of Secrets set is laid out, and I believe the 2021 Chamber of Secrets set is actually based on this Hogwarts Castle, because it's got the Astronomy Tower, the Great Hall, and a little doorway thing to the Chamber of Secrets. Or I think this is just an archway in the 2001 version, but again, it's very, very similar. Hagrid's Hut. This is a set, again, okay, I'm going to put it in like, but it's definitely a very weird set. I don't like how the roofs are made of paper. Basically, you get cards here, and you attach the cards to the Lego, and that's what the roof is made out of. I would have much preferred this to be made out of actual bricks, and it's the same with the Hogwarts Castle. The 2 panels on either side of the little turret in the middle of the Great Hall, those are card or paper as well, so I'm glad they've gone away from that. This set, the Privet Drive set, has to go in dislike. I think I do generally dislike the set. It's just so poor. Like, the forward angular isn't actually too bad, but the Ford Privet Drive house just looks nothing like it does in the movies, and the interior is very lackluster. The minifigures aren't too bad, but again, like, when you compare it to the later version, I know it's not a fair comparison because it's like a 20-year difference, but it really just put this one to shame. And then we have the Potions class. I believe, was this the version that came with... there was one of these potion sets that came, or classroom sets I should say, which actually came with Peeves, and that's quite significant because Peeves wasn't even present in the films, but I believe he came as a minifigure in one of these sets. I'm not sure if it was this one, but we got a Snape figure that was glow in the dark, which makes absolutely no sense, of course, but I actually love that figure. I've got it in my collection. It's one of my favourite LEGO Harry Potter figures just because of how goofy it is. This set, yeah, I'll put it in dislike, I guess. I'll put it in indifferent. I generally feel a bit indifferent about it. Gringotts I like, even though it's a terrible Gringotts, factually, we can't deny, because it looks nothing like Gringotts. I really like this set, and I ordered it again on Bricklink, and I love the little like minecart section. I think the goblins look really cool. They do look creepy with no like printing on them, like on their eyes and stuff. They definitely need printing like the house elves do. But yeah, this, I suppose what's good about it is you get the bank vault build as well, and you get a load of coins and stuff like that, which you don't really see anymore, especially in like the chrome finish. So I like that set. These sets I absolutely hate. All of the like the Gryffindor dorms like builds, and I think a lot of these are Diagon Alley shops. These sets are very, very weird. They're very vibrant and colourful, and I'd love to, you know, like if these sets came out today, I'd only be interested in them due to like the parts, the really cool parts. Basically like how an advent calendar is to me. I'm only really interested in the cool, unique printed parts, and that'll be the same here, getting, you know, cups in like translucent neon green and stuff like that, because these sets came with like all sorts of mad pieces. I'll put a picture of one in big on the screen now, so you can see exactly what I mean. Quality Quidditch supplies. Yeah, another set I'm feeling different about. I don't really have much to say about it. It's definitely better than the so they have actually built a couple of Diagon Alley shops as individual sets. One of them is the quality Quidditch supplies, which I like. It's quite good. But I think one of them is Borgin and Burke's, this one here, and it is absolutely horrific. Like, I'll try and put a picture of it on screen now so you can see it, like a better quality image of it. It just looks horrific. It's so lackluster, and even for the time, because I think this was a 2002 set, 2003 set, even for the time, that was pretty poor for a Lego set in my opinion. But then we get to another set I like, and that is the I don't know what these sets are called, but it's the scene where the troll enters the bathroom and attacks Hermione. I think this is a really cool set. I believe it only retailed for about $20 as well back in the day, which is a really good price for this set. Or maybe it was less, maybe it was around 15 or 10. I can't remember how much it retailed for, but it was very, very cheap. And I think the troll, like figure, if you want to call it a figure, actually does hold up in today's standards, which can't be said for a lot of these sets. Then we have the Fluffies Encounter set, and I'm going to put this in love. I absolutely love this set. I think it is far better than the 2021 version. The Fluffy build I think is better, even though that the heads aren't posable. I don't think that's too big of a deal. I think the whole body section of Fluffy, the old version, is much better than the new brick built version. I think Devil's Snare is easily better than the new version, because the new version you just get simply like 2 or 3 like plant pieces, and they don't really have much of a function. Where here you can actually like snap and open and closed. They have like basically a play feature where you drop a figure underneath the trapdoor, it lands in the plant, and you basically can attack that minifigure with the plant. It's really, really cool. And yeah, this to me is a far better version of the 2021 version. I'll say that. Then we have another set I feel indifferent about, I guess. Do I dislike this? I guess not. I feel indifferent about this. It's the final room in the Philosopher's Stone where Harry meets Quirrell and they have a fight, and you have the Mirror of Erised, and that's really it. Again, this is a very cheap set. This retailed for $10, and you know, there's nothing really much to say about it. Then we have the Chamber of Secrets, and this set was, I think it is still very, very expensive, and I was toying about actually buying this set for quite a while, but when the 2021 version came out, I was like, okay, I don't have to buy it anymore, because the big draw for this set was the Basilisk, because that Basilisk is absolutely stupendous. It's not as good as the new version, but for its time it was great. It had the glow-in-the-dark fangs as well, and I really like this set because you get basically the whole Chamber of Secrets, where with the new version you only get a small section of it underneath the Hogwarts castle, which is fine, I guess, but this has obviously a lot more to it. and obviously you get that Gilderoy Lockhart figure in his Hogwarts robes as well, which was the only Gilderoy Lockhart minifigure to come in his Hogwarts robes since 2021. So again, this was 2002, so for 19 years this was the only Gilderoy Lockhart minifigure to come in his normal Hogwarts robes for 19 years. So that was another draw for this set as well. Again, this set indifferent, the Aragog's Lair set. This spider is actually really cool. It's actually more size accurate, I think, because this spider is bigger than the one we get in Aragog's Lair and the one we get in the 2010 Hagrid's Hut set. So this spider is actually more size accurate. But the lair itself is, I guess it's an interesting build. It's not really a display set, it's more of a play set, so yeah. Dumbledore's Office is a set I like. I think this is a great little set. I'm surprised they've managed to make one room, which essentially Dumbledore's office is, into a whole tower. And this set is being remade in 2022, so I can't wait to see how that looks. But I've actually done a review on this set, and I've done a comparison video on the old and new Fluffies Encounter set, so I'll leave links for those in the description down below. This set, I mean, I guess indifferent. I'll put it in dislike because we're going to just feel indifferent. I guess this set, there's not really much to say about it. I think this set literally costs $5, and we get a Remember All and Harry and Draco, and that's really it, and a couple of broomsticks, which is really cool. I don't really dislike this set, but there's not really much going for it, so I'm not going to put it on the same level as the Hogwarts Express. The Quidditch set, see, I love Quidditch sets, and I'm going to put this in, no, I'll put it in indifferent. I think what bothers me about it is the tower. I think the tower, it being like half Gryffindor, half Slytherin, really does look dodgy. What's great about this is the snitch is actually like shiny, it's in chrome, unlike all the other Quidditch sets where it's just in pearl gold and it's not very shiny. But there's not really too much good to say about this set. It's very similar to the 2010 version, but just not as good. So yeah. Then we have the Winged Keys room, which does need to be made in Lego again. I'm going to put that in indifferent. This is a great little set, and I think Lego, considering we have the Fluffies Encounter, we have the Devil's Snare, we have the chess set, then we need the Winged Keys room, you know, because that's in between all those, to really complete that collection. And we have the Mirror of Error set as well, so we can actually, if we had the Winged Keys room, then we could replicate that whole series of challenges that Harry went through at the end of the Philosopher's Stone, so that set really does need to be remade. Then we have, I think this is the Slytherin Common Room, or the Potions class. I think this is Slytherin Common Room. I don't have any interest in this. I don't think there's anything really too interesting about this, apart from it comes with Crabbe and Goyle minifigures, which was the first time, and, you know, I don't think when's the last time we had Crabbe and Goyle? I can't really remember. This may be the only Crabbe and Goyle minifigures, but I'm probably wrong on that, but that's probably the only draw, really, for this set. We have Freeing Dobby, which again, nothing really too interesting about this. The Dobby's figure is pretty cool, but again, the build, much like the 2010 version, isn't interesting at all. And there's not even a play feature on this set, I believe, unlike the 2010 version where you can actually like fling Lucius Malfoy away, as if you've just jinxed him. Yeah, there's nothing much to say about that one. Then the 2002 Wizarding Duel set. I do like Gilderoy Lockhart's green robes. I think that's a really interesting minifigure because it's the only time we got him in green. But I'm going to put it in different. I think the set is a nice play set, and we sort of get this replicated in the 2021 Hogwarts Castle or Chamber of Secrets set, and the Great Hall can be transformed into the dueling area, and the table has that play feature where you can flick a minifigure off like he's been jinxed again. But it's not a set I'm that interested in. Next we've got 2004 sets now, and this is the most expensive Lego Harry Potter set ever. I think this set sealed goes for over $1,000 easily, and the reason why is because this is the only motorized Hogwarts Express, and it's definitely not worth the $1,500 that it's going for. I'm going to put it in love. Yeah, I'll put it at the front of love, because I absolutely love this set. You get a whole ring of track, and the Hogsmeade station is so much better than the other version because they gave us 2 Hogwarts Expresses in 1 year in 2004. So this is the other version of the Hogwarts Express, which I'll put in indifferent, at the front of indifferent. And the reason why the second version is so much better in my opinion is because it's motorised, it comes with track, and the station is a lot better. I think the minifigures are exactly the same, but for all those reasons it has to be in love. And these 2 Hogwarts Expresses are essentially exactly the same. I think the only differences is that the carriages may have window panes where the 2001 version doesn't, but apart from that, I think the build is exactly the same, like literally exactly the same. There's very, very small differences between these 2 sets. It's only the station which is different, and to be honest, the 2001 station is better than the 2004 one because, you know, the King's Cross station is much bigger than the Hogsmeade station. So really, this version should be ahead, though I suppose in the 2004 version you do get better minifigures. I'll leave it like this. I think the 2004 one slightly beats out the 2001 version because of those extra minifigures, and that's about it, because they're basically the same set. The Shrieking Shack, I adore this set. The only thing which bugs me about this set is the fact we get a wolf head Lupin, which is totally inaccurate, of course. We should have got a separate minifigure of Lupin and a separate werewolf mould to go along with it, not like to be made into one singular minifigure. I think that's really lazy. And we are getting the set remade in 2022 in the summer, and hopefully they don't do that again, because I'd be very, very cross if they do. Speaking of another set which is getting remade in 2022, we have Sirius Black's Escape. Again, a set which I feel pretty indifferent about. It's a really cool set. I think this is the first time we got Buckbeak, which is really cool. We've got a Dementor, Sirius Black in his prison clothes, which I'm bored of getting, because we've got Sirius Black about 150 million times, and every single time we've gotten him in sets, he's been in his prison clothes. So yeah, I feel indifferent about that. Here's another set with Buckbeak, but it's a pretty lame set because you literally just get a plant, Buckbeak and Malfoy. In fact, that's a really poor set. I'm going to put this in hate. Again, I don't hate these sets, it's just I don't think it's a very good set compared to a lot of the other ones here. And then we have the... See, this set technically isn't based on the films, because I think this is the Witch's Hump, which Harry taps in order to get access to a secret passage which leads him to Hogsmeade. And I don't think that scene is really portrayed in the film, so this is an interesting set. I feel pretty indifferent about it, like the Sirius Black's Escape. Though we do get glow-in-the-dark Snape, which is really cool. Yeah, there's not really too much to say about that one. The 2004 Hagrid's Hut is a really cool set. Definitely better than the 2001 version. So I'm going to put this in... I'll put it in love. I think it's just as good as the 2010 version, to be honest with you. For 2004, I think this looks really accurate. And it's such an upgrade from 2001. You see, in these 3 years, if you look at the 2001 version and the 2004 version, like, these two sets have changed so much, but when you look at the 2004 Hogwarts Express versus the 2001 Hogwarts Express, it's not really changed at all. Like I say, the build is exactly the same, essentially. Oh, this set's going in love. The motorised clock tower set is something they really need to remake. I think this is the only motorised Hogwarts Castle-esque set, you know, the only part of Hogwarts Castle that's ever been motorised, because all the other clock tower sets ever made haven't been motorised, unfortunately. But this is a really cool set. The only problem with it is, as a Hogwarts Castle, it is quite small. I think it does need one more, like, big section attached to it, because you get the main clock tower section, a little side tower, and that's about it. And it was called Hogwarts Castle, it wasn't called Hogwarts Clock Tower. As a complete castle, it is quite lackluster, unfortunately. Then you have the Defense Against Dark Arts classroom, which is far more interesting than the Hogwarts Moments books that we're getting. I like this set because of the Boggart Snape glow-in-the-dark minifigure. Again, I don't know why Snape glows in the dark, but I love it. I don't care. I think it's great. We also get Lupin in this set, and for a small set, I think it's quite neat. We get a lot of interesting potions and parts. I like this set. Then we have the Night Bus. Now, I love this Night Bus set because this is the first Lego Harry Potter set I actually remember buying as a kid in Legoland. And I think this Night Bus is a lot more accurate than the more recent version. So I'm going to put this here. I'm gonna lay it out like this. This Night Bus set, the reason why I think it's so much more accurate than the most recent versions is because the grille is actually brick built, which I appreciate, and we have a bumper build as well, where in the new version the whole grille section and the lights as well are all just stickers. You also get like an engine bay thing off to the side, which actually replicates like the engine cover. That's not really built into the new versions. We also have more treaded tyres, more accurate tyres, and overall this Night Bus set is actually taller than all the rest of them, and I think this set only retailed for $20 as well, which is really cool for all those purple pieces. I have got all three of them, and I have done a video where I compare all three of them and I explain why in detail. The 2004 version is the best one, so again I'll leave a link for that video in the description down below. But this is probably one of my favourite Lego Harry Potter sets of all time, for sure. Then we have 2005. Now 2005 had some cracking sets. So we have the Durmstrang ship. This, out of all the 2005 sets, is the one I feel probably indifferent about. Because I don't really have much interest in Durmstrang. I know a lot of people want this set to be remade, and so would I, because I'm interested to see how they'd redo it in a modern style. But the minifigures, we get Karkaroff and Chrome and stuff, I don't really care about those. And the ship, I suppose it feels too detached from the wizarding world that we only really see it in a couple of scenes. Again, it's just not a set I'm too bothered about, if I'm going to be honest with you. The second task though, that's I really want this set to be remade. This could be in a door, but I'll put it in love. If they remade this set, the minifigures that we could get are like, we could get the Mer King, we could get some Mer people, we could have Crumb with a shark head again, we could get Harry in his obviously his swimming wear, we could get like Harry, Ron and Hermione again. We could get Ron and Hermione in their like, you know, sleeping state. I guess it'll be a double-sided face. We could get Cho Chang as well in that, and obviously the Delica twins as well, or not twins but sisters, and Cedric as well. So I could easily, if I were to make this set as a Lego designer, I'd throw in like 10 minifigures, all exclusive, and you wouldn't find any difficulty in doing so. So that's why I think this set needs to be remade, for sure. Not mainly for the builds, but for the minifigures. The Graveyard Jewel set. This is a set that has to go in the door, because see, I love the most recent version from 2020, I think it was, or was it 2019? I think it was 2020. It was a really neat $20 set, but this version just had so much more. They only needed to give us the like Tom Riddle's like grave with a bit of like land patches everywhere, but they went so much more in detail than they had to. We got front gate entrances, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4 graves as well. We actually got an outhouse, you know, which you don't even see in the film, but he added it anyway. We got a tree, and we got like a wagon cart thing. I'll get a better picture of the set on screen now, so you can see all of the different components in detail. And the minifigures we got were so cool as well. And I think this set, before the most recent Graveyard Jewel or Rise of Voldemort set, however you want to call it. This set was going for a ridiculous amount sealed. It was going for about $600 or $700, but ever since that most recent Rise of Voldemort set came out, this has dropped in price, which may tempt me to buy it, but again, that'll be a long-term purchase. Then we have one more 2005 set, and I think this has to go in a door as well. 2005 was a really, really strong year for LEGO Harry Potter, and that is the Triwizard Tournament first task set with the Hungarian Horntail. Again, this set is so much better than the 2019 version because the dragon is cooler, it's bigger, the head looks more like a dragon rather than like an eagle like the old version does, or rather than like the new version does. We actually get parts of the arena. The golden egg actually had a magnet in it, so when you flew Harry near it, the egg would automatically jump into Harry's hand. Like, how cool is that? And we got Mad-Eye Moody with a peg leg. Like, how cool was this set? I think we need some reshuffling here. That needs to go here, and that needs to go here. I'm happy with that. Then, actually, is this the most expensive? No, this is the second most expensive LEGO Harry Potter set of all time, and that's the 2007 Hogwarts Castle. I'm going to put this in love. I do love this set. It's definitely one of the biggest and grandest Hogwarts castles we've ever gotten. The greenhouses as well is definitely a much welcome extension, which we didn't get in the 2001 version, we didn't get in the 2004 version or the 2010 version, but we got it in the 2007 version. We technically got some greenhouses in the 2020 Astronomy Tower set, though they weren't actually too detailed compared to the 2007 version, so that's one thing this set does have. Also, it had an Umbridge minifigure, which is worth over $100 for some reason. Yeah, it was a really cool little minifigure as well. And I think the 2004 Hogwarts Castle has a very rare Trelawney minifigure. She's wearing like blue robes and a purple hat, and that figure is worth about $100 as well. So some fun facts about these sets. Then we have 2010, which I think is the strongest year for LEGO Harry Potter as a whole. Freeing Dobby, again, I think I don't really like the set. We have Lucius Malfoy, which is cool, and he has a double-sided face print and has a Death Eater mask on the other side, which is really cool. The Dobby minifigure here, I actually think is better than the more recent versions of Dobby, which we got in the CMF series, I believe, and also the 4 Privet Drive set. I just think the mouth on the new versions makes them look a bit odd, in my opinion. Hagrid's hut, just as good as the 2004 version, probably a little bit better. It does have a light brick inside. I'm not sure if the 2004 one does or doesn't, I have no idea. So I'll put this here. Yeah, I'll put that there. It's definitely an improvement since 2004, but not a massive improvement. So I'll put that there. The Aragog character I should say, is definitely better than the 2018 Aragog one, because this one has printing on its back hump, and it uses the same piece as the 2018 version, but the 2018 version has no printing on it at all. So yeah, I guess it's a downgrade of 2018 Aragog, but in some respects at least anyway. Then we have the Quidditch set from 2010. This set I love. For me, this Quidditch set was so much better than the 2001 version, even though essentially it's the same. That you get one tower, you get 3 hoops, and that's really it. The reason why the 2010 version is so much better in my opinion is because you get a lot more Quidditch accessories, and you get these like cannons, which actually makes the game playable. Though you do need to buy 2 of these sets to put together, like the 2018 version as well, to be fair. And I also think the Quidditch tower looks better in its neutral silver and blue colours compared to like the half green, half red one of the last version. I actually really love this Quidditch set, and I've actually bought it again recently as well. Then we have the 2010 Hogwarts Express. I'm going to put this in... I'm going to put this in love behind... I'm going to put this... here. I'm going to put it at the end. I think this needs to move up as well to... Yeah. So, and this needs to move up as well, to be fair, to here. I'm just trying to order them. Yeah, I'll put it like that. So the Hogwarts Express, it's better in some regards, as this comes with a Ford Anglia, and it comes with an invisibility cloak, which none of the other versions do. However, you don't get a station in this set, and I think that's a pretty obvious omission from this set. I think you really do need a train station with a train set, but I do love this Hogwarts Express. I love the gold accents on the top and the bottom of the carriage, the lines. I think that looks really clean, and it's a really, really solid set. Then we have the Burrow. I absolutely love this Burrow set. I'm going to put this at the top of love. Yeah, I'll put it in the top of love. This Burrow set is absolutely exceptional. For 2010, it was insane. If they released this set in 2022, I would not bat an eye at all, because this set is just absolutely extraordinary. The kitchen size at the bottom as well is huge, and I just love the colours of the Burrow, like the sort of like orange and red and tan. It really does pop, those colours. And the minifigures, some of them are better than the most recent 2020 version of the Burrow, such as the Bellatrix Lestrange. Those two figures come with exactly the same dress piece at the bottom. However, the 2010 version is printed. It's got a really nice print on it, but the 2020 version has no printing on it. It's so disappointing, and that's why the 2010 version goes for about $50 or $60, that minifigure alone, not the set, just the minifigure alone, and the 2020 version goes for about $15. So it is what it is. Then we have the best Hogwarts castle ever made as a single set, and I think this goes here. Does it go above the night bus? Just about. This Hogwarts castle set is so complete for a single set, because you get the library, you get the trophy room, you get the library, you get the astronomy tower, kind of. You get a little like magnifying glass at the top of the tower, so I guess that's the astronomy tower. You get the astronomy tower, a library, a trophy room, the Great Hall, the Slytherin common room, the Gryffindor common room, the owlery, and I think that's it. Oh, and Dumbledore's office. Yeah, so you get all these things in one set, and you get a load of minifigures. You get Voldemort, you get Dumbledore, you get McGonagall, you get Filch, and you get Mrs. Norris, which didn't come in the Whomping Willow set, even though it came with Filch. You get Dementors. This set is just absolutely amazing for just one individual set. Sure, you can buy the Great Hall, the Astronomy Tower, the Clock Tower, the Whomping Willow from the new Hogwarts expansion system. Put them all together, and it's a greater Hogwarts castle. But that's buying sets over multiple years. That's spending a lot of money as well to buy multiple sets to put together to make a better Hogwarts castle. But as a standalone set, this Hogwarts castle is far better than any other version, in my opinion. And it's definitely one of my favourite LEGO Harry Potter sets of all time. Then we have the Forbidden Forest set. Now, I actually really like this set, even though it's a very small set. And the reason why I like it is because of the dual moulded Narcissa Malfoy hairpiece, and that is the only reason why I like this set. Now, it's cool we get Hagrid, Harry, Voldemort, but also, forget the tree and anything like that, and the blue fire, which is quite cool. The Narcissa Malfoy minifigure is, it's so good, and this is why this set is in like and not an indifferent. So we got a Hogwarts Castle expansion in 2011. These are the 2011 sets now, and this was the Bell Tower. We got Lupin, we got Lupin's classroom, and we got some other things as well. Basically, this was based on the Battle of Hogwarts, so this was a Deathly Hallows set, and the bridge could actually explode, which is really cool. I like this set, and I think LEGO do need to do more Deathly Hallows sets, because I'm sick of not seeing any, because this is the last time we got a Deathly Hallows set, in my opinion. I think, was it the last time we got a Deathly Hallows set? I think it was. I think factually this is the last Deathly Hallows set. I may be wrong, but I think this is the very last Deathly Hallows set we ever got. So that was 11 years ago now, so come on LEGO, make it again. So we've got 2 more sets now. We've got the 2011 Night Bus set, which, you know, I love the Night Bus as a thing. I guess this goes, I guess I love this set. Again, I don't think it's weird, this version, because I don't think it's as good as the 2018 version, but I don't think it's as... So, like, the 2018 version is the best in terms of, like, playability, accessibility, how the side of it just swings open and you have access to the entire bus. You don't have to, like, dismantle the bus to get access to the interior, which this version and the 2004 version actually suffers from. And also the 2018 version has the best minifigures, so that's why, in terms of minifigures and playability, the 2018 version is a better set, but in terms of accuracy, the 2004 version is the best. So this sort of sits in the middle, but I do love the Night Bus as a, you know, as a thing, as a staple, and that's why it goes in love, but at the end of love. I do think this is a solid set, but it can be made a lot better, in my opinion. I appreciate that the grille is brick built and it's not just a sticker like the 2018 version, but again it uses the same function to get access to the inside as the 2004 version, though I do like how it comes with a chandelier where the 2004 version doesn't. So, you know, it's hit or miss really. Then we have the very last set on this list, which is by far, in my opinion, the greatest LEGO set. Forget just Harry Potter, the greatest LEGO set ever. This Diagon Alley set I want so bad. It comes with Gringotts, it comes with Borgin and Burkes, and it comes with Ollivanders, and these buildings are just so beautifully made. Like, this looks like it was made in 2050. That's how accurate and nicely made these buildings are. I'll put pictures on the screen now of what these buildings look like. The architecture of them is just great. And this is the last Gringotts set we've ever gotten. And I hope that in 2022, the D2C will be a Gringotts. I hope. But if it's not, then I guess I'm going to be forced to buy this set. I really don't want to, because the price of this thing is ridiculous. I don't even want to say how much it is. But in my opinion, this is the best all-round LEGO Harry Potter set of all time. We got 2,000 pieces. We got over, I think we got 11 minifigures. I might be wrong on that, but it's around 11. And it only cost about $130 as well, or maybe it was about $150. But for 2,000 pieces, it's a really, really good price. So that about rounds up my tier list. We've got a pretty even spread. It is true that most of it is skewing towards the top because I am a Harry Potter fan, but I've tried to be very, very fair on this one. So that is my tier list. I've been Topic Bricks. I'll catch you maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, for another LEGO Harry Potter video. So I'll see you then. Bye for now.